Okay, time to look at the sole reason to own an Atari Jaguar. Alien vs. Predator. Alien vs. Predator was released on October 20th, 1994, and was developed by Rebellion. There are a lot of rumors behind this game's long delay. The game suffered over a 10-month delay, and there are rumors Fox had the game delayed because they heard Sega, Nintendo, 3DO, and even Sony had tampered with the game, but it's just rumor. I suspect the reason for the delay was the game's complexity, and because of the Jaguar being difficult to program for. Okay, Alien vs. Predator is a first-person shooter and offers 3 different gameplay options: Alien, Predator, and Marine. Each gameplay is considerably different. Let's look at the Alien first. You're a xenomorph, and your queen has been taken and you must recover her. You start inside the alien ship and you must leave to search for the queen. Okay, the alien's main advantage is it moves very fast, and some complain this game does not have the best frame rate. Well, not in this case. The alien has 3 different attacks: claw, tail strike, and bite. My opinion, the bite is the most effective. The alien's drawback is it has very weak life, and it can't heal itself, but that's not a problem because you can cocoon up to 3 enemy marines by using claw, tail strike, and claw again, and walk over the marine and they're cocooned. However, you need to sit tight until the alien is fully developed, and you see the progress on the display screen. If you're killed before a replacement alien is ready, it's game over. So you'll need to strategize and be patient if you want to win. The alien cannot use the elevator despite the fact the alien can go in the elevator, but it won't move. I guess the Marines have locked them down to try and isolate the aliens. You need to crawl through a maze of air ducts to get from sub-level 5 to sub-level 1, and it can take a while. Though luckily strategy guides were released to help the player, because as you can see, it's a nightmare to get where you need to go. Once you reach the Predator ship, you need to go through the ship to find the queen, and it can take some time. And Predators will tease you, and they will decloak in front of you, and you need to kill them very quickly. You'll hear this electrical generation sound when you're near the queen. You'll find the queen encaged in an electric barrier, and you need to destroy 3 power modules that will cause the electric barrier to fail. Then the queen escapes and you win the game. Okay, the Predator's gameplay is basically the opposite. You start inside the Predator ship and you need to get to the alien ship and kill the queen and claim her skull. You start with wrist blades and you can cloak and have several different cloak vision modes, but honestly, most of them are useless, unfortunately. To get access to better weapons, you need to kill enemies honorably, which means you can sneak up to an enemy cloaked, but you must decloak then kill them to get honor points, and once you get enough, you get a better weapon. But if you are dishonorable, you will lose them. The other weapons you get include a Combi Stick, which is a close-range weapon but effective, the Smart Disc, which is a disc with sharp blades that slices through an enemy, killing them instantly, and it is long range and very effective. The most powerful weapon is the shoulder cannon. This is very devastating and can destroy multiple enemies with a single blast. Though use caution, if you fire too close to a wall or barrier, you'll take damage too. The weapons won't run out of ammo, but they can temporarily run out of energy, so be conservative with your aiming and firing. The Predator also has an audio waveform analyzer, and it's designed to detect changes in the sound of the environment and spike when an enemy is near, but it's not very effective. One more thing, you will find health packs for the Predator, and the good news is you can stockpile them, and the Predator can take the most damage. Alright, you make your way through the ship battling Marines and aliens and don't take on more than you can handle. You can use the elevators to get around, but not the air ducts, and it will take time on sub-level 5 to find the alien ship airlock. Once inside the alien ships, stay alert because there will be several aliens inside and navigating the ship can be confusing and difficult as well. Don't use the shoulder cannon unless you're in a large area. When you reach the Queen, fire a few shots when she comes near the entrance. Be patient because if you go in her chamber and she corners you before you finish her off, it's over and you're dead. But if you succeed, you claim her skull and win. Alright, let's take a look at the Marine campaign. You start in a brig as a character named Private Lewis, who is in detention, but is released with a mission to set the base's auto-destruct and escape. Okay, first you'll start with just a shotgun, nothing else. You enter the main area, and you need to be very cautious because aliens will sneak up behind you and all you'll hear is their scream. And believe it or not, this will scare you and make you jump because they come out of nowhere. You need to obtain security cards to get access to more areas of the ship. You will also get access to more weapons and ammunition in certain areas, including armories. Ammo and medkits are scattered around the levels and on dead bodies. Certain areas are only accessible by the difficult to navigate air ducts, and watch out, because there is aliens in there with you. A side note, when you kill aliens, they leave a puddle of acid and it stays in place. It can damage you, so have the aliens chase you into larger areas. The shotgun is not a bad weapon, and 3 to 4 shots will take down an alien, but it's useless if you're facing several aliens at once, and you will. The pulse rifle does its job well, and the rapid fire lets you take down several aliens quickly. The flamethrower is very effective against aliens. The best weapon is obviously the smart gun. It can take down enemies quickly, but use this conservatively. Use it mostly on predators because they're much harder to kill. If you want the smart gun, you need to get to the predator ship on sub-level 1, but it is a risk. But the weapon's firepower can justify it. I wish you had a pistol like an Alien Trilogy. Yes, it is weak, but if you maneuver enough, you can kill an alien, and I'd rather have it than not have it. You will notice the pulse rifle has no grenade launcher and you have no seismic survey charges, but this is a training base in space, so it makes sense that there are no explosive rounds available. There is a motion tracker and you'll find it on sublevel 5, and after you get it, it will become a major asset. You need to get to sublevel 5 and get to the alien ship, and I am mentioning this now. The ship is difficult to navigate. Here's a map of the alien ship, and see the red line I created? That's the Queen's Chamber where you need to go. You're only feet away, but unfortunately, no walking through wall cheat exists, so you'll need to take this complicated route to reach her chamber, and you can get lost. The first time I did this blind, it took me 6 to 8 minutes to reach her chamber. Not bad at all. But it took me 15 to 20 minutes to find my way back out because I had gone off course, and it can get mentally exhausting. You will encounter aliens inside the ship, but not in huge herds. Worst case, 4 to 5. When you enter the Queen's Chamber, you need to get to the far left side and grab the level 10 security card off a cocooned officer, but be warned, there are many eggs, and if just one facehugger gets on you, it could mean you're done. Try killing the eggs, and only as a last resort the Queen, because it takes lots of ammo to kill her. Also, if you knock her down and then get the level 10 card, she gets back up. After you find your way back out, you need to set the self-destruct, but before you do that, go to the escape pod area and open all the doors, eliminate all enemies, then practice the route from the elevator, because once you go back up to level 2, your auto map, which I forgot to mention, erases itself, so you will need to memorize the route. Once you trigger the self-destruct, which can't be reversed, you have 2 minutes. Yes, 2 goddamn minutes to make it out.
Computer disengaged. 2 minutes.
Because of the alarm and the flashing red lights, it makes it difficult to see, and you'll start panicking, and if you go the wrong way like I did, even if you get back on track, chances are you won't make it out. See, I'm almost to the escape pod, and I see green, and kaboom. Though I suppose you could argue you still won. But let's see the real ending. Despite me making very few mistakes that cost me maybe 5 seconds and a surprise alien in my way, I make it out with 4 seconds to spare. If I hadn't opened the area already, chances are I would not have made it out.
Computer disengaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, now that we have seen the 3 different gameplays, let's discuss the game as a whole. First, graphics. Okay, the levels are pretty basic, but it is a military base, so it would be generally the same. However, the levels are fully textured, which is impressive. However, the armories just look way better with their gray shade. I wish more of the game looked this way. The med lab areas do change things up a bit, but I wish the windows had glass that you could shoot out like an Alien Trilogy, which level designs are obviously better. The air ducts are basically the same simple design but effective. The Alien and Predator ships have decent visuals, though repetitive. However, I like the areas on sublevel 5 that the aliens have transformed. Okay, let's look at the aliens. Honestly, they look really good. Really detailed. You can tell what they are, unlike in Alien Trilogy where they look like a mess. The face huggers, while they don't look the best moving around, when they jump on you, they look amazing compared to the face huggers in Alien Trilogy, which move fast, but look awful. The eggs, I side with Alien Trilogy, because there is just better animation. I do wish chest bursters were in this game. The one major victory is the Alien Queen. I mean, look at her. Look at the detail. She looks amazing compared to the Alien Queen in Alien Trilogy, which doesn't look bad, but does not even compare. The Marines and Predators look decent enough. In the end, the levels look decent enough for the time, and show off the Jaguar's capabilities, but the aliens, details are the real gem. I'd say the aliens are 64-bit, even if they're sprites. Now let's discuss the sound effects and the atmosphere of the game. Okay, unfortunately there is no in-game music, though the opening screen has some, but this game still has a lot going for it. The sound walking around the base is disturbing and creates a fearful atmosphere when the aliens attack. Their sound is frightening, and when they come out of nowhere, you will get frightened. As well, crawling through the air ducts with just the sound of moving air is chilling, and gets your adrenaline pumping. When you're inside the Predator ship, you hear very creepy sounds, as well Predators stalking you saying, it is very creepy. I'd say the scariest place is the alien ship because the sound effects along with the dark tone of the ship is just frightening. All you want to do is get the hell out of there. When you trigger the self-destruct as a Marine, the alarm sounds and countdown and flashing red lights just send you into panic mode trying to escape the base, creating a very fearful environment. The sound effects and look of the weapons for all three characters is decent enough. The motion tracker when you find it just adds to the creepiness of the game from the sounds when an enemy is nearby. Alright, the gameplay overall, this is a strategy first-person shooter, not a shoot-'em-up. All three campaigns require you to strategize. The alien needs to kill an enemy fast, and use its speed to escape overwhelming numbers, and learn to be patient when near death until a replacement cocoon alien is ready, and get used to the fact that you might have to go through certain sections of the base more than once. The Predator needs to kill honorably, but also avoid taking on more than it can handle, at least until he has more powerful weapons, and still know when to back off. The Marine has it the worst. Not only does he need to acquire security cards to access more areas of the base, you don't even have the motion tracker when you start. Everything is spread around the base. Also, you need to know when to retreat. Also, don't get your sub-levels mixed up. When you enter sub-level 5, you don't encounter herds of aliens right away. But when you enter sub-level 1, this is what happens. 2. No 4. No 5. And go down the hall even more. Also, I don't have footage, but there are certain rooms on sub-level 1 that contain up to 25 aliens. Yeah, 25 in one shot. Navigating the alien ship, which is a super pain, you need to get past the queen, grab the level 10 security card and get back out. Then activate the self-destruct, and escape with seconds to spare. The controls overall are good, and this game makes good use of the keypad, because all three gameplays have overlays. Alright, this game is a super challenge in every sense of the word. This game was designed not to be fair. This game was designed to push retro gamers to their limits, literally, to the breaking point, and beyond. And honestly, a modern gamer likely can't play this game for long periods, let alone beat it without spending at least 5 years playing retro games to get the skill set necessary to take on this title. Strategy guides exist to help the players with this game, and you can use cheat codes if you want to explore the base and learn where everything is. This game makes many of the top 10 scariest and hardest game lists ever made, and rightfully so. I forgot to mention, you can save your progress, but there is a catch. When you resume your game, many of the enemies you killed are back, though all the ammo and health packs you collected are also back, And I also screwed up by saving in an open area, so I have to decide whether to start the game from scratch or fight my way past an alien and retreat because I managed to clear sublevels 2, 3, and 4 of any significant alien presence. In the end, I'm giving Alien vs. Predator an A+. This is a very challenging, complex game, but it is also visually impressive, and it is the sole reason to own an Atari Jaguar. This would be a AAA's title, but there are glitches, and while there's no in-game music, which does help the game, I feel it could be better with it. Also, believe it or not, some complain this game is not a multiplayer, but could you imagine trying to play a game of this size in a deathmatch style, even with 16 players? It would take forever to find the other players. Maybe 100 players on computer would work, and a PC port of this game would be awesome. In the future, I will do a more extensive review of this game because I have not beaten the game yet. I had to use cheat codes to show you guys everything about the game, but I will beat this game sooner or later. In the end, though, this is a very solid game for the Atari Jaguar. Tune in next time as we take a look at more Atari Jaguar titles. This is the Entertainment Wizard, signing off.